All right, in this episode, we're going to talk about how to store groups and presets. So, how do you do that?
All right, so we have our groups over here, groups tab over here, and I already have some created for us, but we'll create some more right quick. So we're just going to select some lights in a random order that we want to have in our group. So we'll do that, and that, and then we'll simply just hit store. So you can hit store here, or you can type it in the command line and then just click an empty one. It's going to do that. If you want to rename it, make sure that it's selected like that, and then just start typing. So we're going to call that random selection. It's important when creating groups to have a bunch of different types of selections. So this is a random selection. So you see the numbers here represent how I actually selected the lights. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's very important later on down the road when we talk about effects and some other things. So if you see here, this one right here, this group, we'll select them in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one right here is illuminated because it has all of those lights in it. But if we look at this and we select this one, you'll see it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, because that's how I selected them and stored them in that group. So however you select the lights is how they're going to be stored in a group. One more way that you can store a group is by typing it in the command line. We know that the spot fixtures are 101 through 108, so we're going to type in 101 through 108, please, and then we're going to hit store and an empty one, and that's going to select them all. We're just going to type in all. Now when we come back out here and we select it again, we'll see that all of our lights are selected in order that we did them. So that's groups. The next thing we're going to want to do is, once we have all of our lights grouped, and you can create as many groups as you'd like in any arrangement that you'd like, we'll create a color. So we're going to just select all of our lights here that have color mixing, and we're going to go to our color tab in our programmer. We're going to select the light color that we want, and let's say we want that color right there, and we're going to call it purple. So now you just select, you get it set the way you want it, you hit store and an empty color preset. It automatically names it based on the color roughly that you like, and if it has that hashtag next to it, that means that's a name given to it by the console. We're going to change that just by making sure that that white box is around it and then typing in purple. And now it doesn't have that hashtag by it. That's a color name we created. So you do the same thing for gobo. So if you want to create a gobo, you just select the gobo you want, hit store and an empty one. And then dimmer is the same way. If you always use 35% for your lights, you would select all your lights and you would hit your dimmer tab on your programmer and you would do 35%, please. They'll turn on at 35%. You just hit store and an empty one, and 35% shows up. It tells you how many lights are in that group. Now if I want to go back and just select my spots, do that, it says 8 because there's 8 spots that are selected. So that's dimmer. Position is much the same way. You're gonna select the light you want to move, go to pen and tilt, type in a number or move the wheels. We're just going to do 50 and -50. So they all moved and did their thing. We're going to store that as a preset. Store preset. Now it names it for you position 2.6. You can name it whatever you'd like, just something that you reference. I'm going to have to name all of mine because right now they have no meaning at all except 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. I like to store all of my presets for specific types of fixtures together. So all of this row here is for my spots. All of this row here is for my washes, and all of this row here is for my beams. You can do it as you do as many as you want, but just I like to keep them separated like that because then I can easily recall where they are in the page. So yeah, that's how to create presets.
All right. See you in the next episode.
See ya.